If your senior reps are showing up to your group shoot in completely different outfits, nothing matching the correct theme or vibe, this video is for you. Let's get down to business. We're talking all the things today. Hi friends, if you're new here, my name is Kelsey and I am a senior photographer based in Richmond, Virginia, and this channel is my fun little space on the internet to share all my senior photography tips and advice and even some fun just like life things thrown in there. In today's video, we're talking all about senior rep team styled shoots and how to plan them, how to figure out what theme you're gonna do, how to make sure everybody dresses appropriately for the shoot, which is probably one of the biggest deals to have a successful senior rep team shoot. And so we're digging into all the things today, so let's just jump right on in. When it comes to senior rep teams and doing the big group style shoots, I know that it can sound a little bit overwhelming kind of at first to think about what theme you're gonna do, what props you're gonna have, how to make sure everybody's dressed in the same thing appropriately. There's a lot of details that go into planning, but it doesn't have to be complicated. I have a consistent routine that I use with every single group shoot that I go to, and so we're gonna be breaking it down in today's video. So first, what you're gonna wanna do is determine what theme you want to choose. And there's kind of two routes that you can go with this. You can either A, determine a theme based on what season you're in, whether it's a fall theme shoot or Christmas theme, or it's a super summery shoot. You can kind of base your themes off of those, which is like, but the easiest route to go to if you're just feeling overwhelmed with kind of what to choose for the theme. But then kind of on a subcategory to just going with the season or holiday is determining what kind of vibe you're gonna go for and what the overall just like feel for the shoot is gonna be, and if it's something really specific or if you want them to wear, you know, certain types of clothes. That's kind of like the sub-planning that goes into what theme you're gonna choose for like a season or holiday. On the other hand, you could kind of go not against a season or holiday, but you don't always have to go the route of what season it is or super holiday specific. You can also really just go based off of what trends are happening right now. And some of you might say, okay, well, how do I find what the trends are? I'm not a high school senior. And yes, that's true. I'm also not a high school senior, but I do keep up with the trends and what's going on. And a couple ways to do this is to get on TikTok. If you're not on TikTok, what are you doing? TikTok's gonna help you find what styles are in trend, whether it's like a coquette with all like the bows and like kind of fairy princessy themed, or whether it's like the Bridgerton vibe. You can really find what's trending on TikTok. You can also find what's trending on Pinterest. Easily look up like Gen Z style clothing or Gen Z style trends, which you can also search those types of things on TikTok as well. But thirdly, if you currently have a team, simply just asking them what they want to do for their shoot is by far the easiest way to go, easiest route to take on this journey of deciding what to do for your shoot. So a lot of times when I go that route of asking my team what they want to do, I typically will have like a general idea kind of the route that I want to go, whether it's maybe like a country vibe, or maybe we want to dress up a little bit more, whether we want it more classy. I have that kind of route in mind, and then I will create some mood boards and then send them off for the girls to vote on. So step number one is to determine your theme and what the overall vision of the shoot is going to look like. Step number two is to choose your location. So location plays a big role in this, in really just making sure the theme hits, okay? Using just any old random location is not going to do it for you. You need to be choosing a location that's going to pair well with your theme. If you are wanting a like cute country summery vibe, don't choose a location that is full of like old historic columns or like the Capitol building, for instance, here in Richmond. Make sure you're choosing a location that fits the whole vibe and aesthetic as a whole. And I feel like that probably sounds pretty like self-explanatory, but you would be shocked. I've seen so many photographers doing group shoots where they just choose like a location that they go to all the time for senior sessions, but then they're trying to do a specific theme and it just doesn't work. So make sure you're choosing a location that matches the theme. Choosing a location doesn't always have to be hard. You absolutely can just go to your standard senior session locations, but make sure you're choosing a theme that matches the location. Also, some other ideas to look around at would be wedding venues near you. A lot of times wedding venues also allow you to do sessions there. A lot of times they will have some sort of like photography session fee, photo permit that you have to pay for up front, but if it matches the theme, it's gonna be worth it, I promise. You could also look into renting an Airbnb, something that's like a really special vibe. I wouldn't just rent some random person's home and call it a day. Make sure it's on the vibe, on the theme. You also can look at photography studios around you. Sometimes an indoor shoot is almost more creative and can be more fun than an outdoor shoot. So look at some studios around you that offer rentals to other photographers. Those can be really, really fun. Okay, so step number 3 is to create a mood board. And this does take a little bit of time, but honestly, I love it. It's a part of my like work to-do list, but it's like one of my personal like hobbies that I love to do. And I do this on Pinterest. If you don't have a Pinterest by now, what are you doing? You need a Pinterest for your own inspiration, but also providing inspiration for your team as well. So creating a mood board is going to be crucial in making sure that everybody's showing up in the correct outfits. Your mood board is going to visually pull together the entire aesthetic of the shoot. When I'm creating a mood board, I pin things like location ideas, whether it's like a big fluffy, tall grass field, or whether it's at a barn, or it's downtown, like on a rooftop with the city skyline. So be pinning locations that are gonna match the mood. Also, most importantly, be pinning outfit ideas to this. And when I'm looking for specific outfits, I look for different varieties in like whether it's a pants outfit or a skirt or a dress, and make sure you're only pinning outfits that have the right colors, the right vibe, the right like style. And I also will pin different accessories that they may want to look for, whether it's like the type of shoes or headbands or gloves. Maybe we're doing like another Christmas shoot, we're wearing gloves or pajamas. The mood board is going to bring it all together for everyone to understand the right aesthetic we're going for. For some, let's say the theme is city chic. Some people might think that's a little more like dressed up, classy, elegant, while another person might think that's a little more like cool girl, like wearing all black and like shades and like heels or sneakers, more of like an urban vibe. So city chic could really like go either way. So to have the mood board, it's really important to be showcasing exactly what the aesthetic is. And then your final step into planning for your senior rep team style shoot is to create the session style guide. And yes, I do this for every single group shoot. And you're gonna want to too, I promise you. This is taking everything from Pinterest that you pin on your mood board and pulling it into one session guide specific for each shoot. Now, I actually have a template for this that I actually have in my template shop on my website, and so I'll absolutely be linking that below, so a little shameless plug. But this is crucial. I use this template at every single shoot, and it's the exact same one that I have in the shop, so you literally get to have the same one. And every time that I have a group shoot, I'm just going in, I make a copy of the old one so that I'm not just like throwing away all my past ones. I make a copy of it first, and then I go in and start editing it to the right. I change everything in the template down to the colors, obviously all the pictures, and then it's bringing in all your Pinterest board photos, but then also providing like it's talking through exactly what kind of things to look for. So it's taking the pictures but spelling it out specifically for them to read. Now, will every single girl on your team read through it? I can't promise you that because they are high schoolers and you can't make them read anything, but as long as they can see the pretty pictures and see somewhat of a little explanation of what to wear, they're gonna understand the vibe and they're gonna understand what to wear, and then everyone's gonna show up in the correct outfits. So in the session guide, I go through everything from, I kind of explain what the shoot vibe is, the theme, the aesthetic, the whole vision for the shoot, and then I break it up into some specific outfits to look for, like pairing certain things together, as well as a breakdown of what they need to look for, whether it's certain colors, textures, a dress versus pants, and then I even have a little section for what to avoid. So maybe at a certain shoot, like coming up my spring shoot, I don't want them to wear any dark colors, and I want them to specifically wear a short dress. So in the avoid section, I listed dark colors, don't wear a long dress, don't wear pants. It may seem simple to just say, choose a dress on the what to wear section, but if you also don't have the what not to wear, you really got to get it in their heads of what specifically to look for what they need to wear. I also kind of create like a mini mood board on one of the pages that also links to the Pinterest board. So they are getting both. They're getting the Pinterest board and the session guide. So it kind of gives them my like favorite looks from the Pinterest board, but so just in one page. And then I also will break down certain textures to look for, or certain accessories to look for. I even have a section for hair and makeup. And then of course I have the session info in there as well, including the like address, the start time, where to park, kind of things like that, any extra info that they might need to know. And one little tip, like pro bonus tip for you, don't tell them the address. Tell them that the address is in the session guide, so then they have to open the session guide to find the address for the shoot. So, little bonus tip for you. If you want to grab the session guide, it is currently linked down in the description box below, and it is in my shop. It's fairly cheap, but it will be so worth your investment for every single shoot. And yes, I know that it's just another task to add to your plate, and I know that we are all so busy, but if you're wanting to host a successful senior rep team style shoot, you gotta have the session guide, and you've gotta put in a little bit of extra work to nail down these specific details to make sure that everyone is showing up in the right outfits. Everyone has their own personal style and will put their own kind of take on it, but that's kind of the beauty of having a senior rep team and having people bring in their different styles, but it's important that they still match the theme, of course. I also have a freebie linked in the description box for you, and if you don't have a senior rep team, or maybe you're early on in your years, or you're just wanting a little bit of extra help kind of on the yearly timeline and the flow of the year, that's exactly what I have for you linked in the description box below. It is my senior rep team yearly timeline freebie, and it is just for you. It walks you through my entire year from exactly what the girls are doing to also what I'm doing behind the scenes throughout the year to plan ahead and plan for the team. And yeah, it's just kind of my overview, bird's eye view of my workflow for the year for my team. So grab that if you're interested. That's it for today's video. I hope that it was helpful for you. If it was, please give me a little comment down below, give me a little like, subscribe if you haven't. All on YouTube things. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see y'all next week in another video. Bye!